on Saturday.
So welcome to this BETT live stream. Sorry about the delay, a couple of technical issues with the Wi-Fi, but I'm going to hand straight over to Martin now, who's just done a lovely little talk.
Welcome. Bring the family along. We've got fairground rides, the usual sort of, school summer fair stuff. But at around 12:30, we will have another educational charity football match that will take place. Anyone can take part. It is not about being a good footballer. It doesn't matter whether you're a boy, a girl, young, old, fat, thin, whatever you want. Anyone is welcome to come along and take part and just enjoy a nice day. So whether you want to bring the family up or whether you want to come out, there will be, a bit like tonight, a few will probably go for a few beverages and have a night out in town as well. But if you want to just, have a nice family day, then, it's welcome everyone. And this time we're going to raise funds for Beyond. So I'm not going to read that out to you, but another mental health charity that means a lot. I know to Nigel and to people at Too Simple, we're going to support this time as well. So, hopefully gives you a little flavour. Well, lucky in 2018, people travelled from all over the country to take part. Was people travelling the length and breadth of the UK to take part. We had great support from various football clubs, etc. Pep Man City donated a signed Kevin De Bruyne shirt, and that's me. And I hope I get to see some of you again in County Durham in July.
Thank you so much, Martin, for sharing your story. And if you...
The exhibition is now closed. I will reopen tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
That kind of ruined the moment. Thank you so much, Martin, for sharing your story. I know what it takes to come up and talk about that, and now hopefully that'll have a positive impact. If you can't make EduFooty in July at Lanchester, but you'd like to host your own event, then please get in touch, because we do want to keep raising money. We've now raised over £15,000 for Mind, and it was raising, and we wanted to switch to Beyond. So we're now going to go over to the presentation. So as I said, they're either 2 minutes or 7 minutes. They're random picked, so we don't know who it is. So Danny is going to be doing the wheel in a minute, and we're going to do a 7-minute one. Who's not up there? Parky. We got the wrong one, that's fine. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry, we got the right one. Okay. He's going to spin the wheel. If your name is called, could you quickly come up to the stage? And then we'll do it. We'll do a couple of 7s, then we'll do a couple of 2s. Oh, Mark Anderson, up you come. I've been reliably informed that you've already drunk the bar out of beer. There is lots of white wine left and orange juice. In about 10 minutes, there's going to be more beer that then has to be drunk before we leave at 1:45. Okay, just passing that message on. Just talk amongst yourselves while we sort the technical stuff out, and maybe plan your next visit to Lanchester on the 15th of July, or hosting your own EduFooty game. And if I don't see some of you there on the 15th of July, I'll be quite cross. Yes, or carry the movement going, and when you get back, hold your own TeachMeet. All right, don't be smart.
See what I did there, look, see? It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it, and that's what gets... Thank you. You've got to be a certain age, and when you get to my age, it's like I look into the audiences at events, and I'm like, I'm a bit like Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon, to be honest. I'm getting too, well, I won't finish that sentence. Lovely to see so many fantastic faces in the audience tonight. TeachMeets are all about quick wins, takeaways, all those sort of things. So I've got a few quick wins, takeaways, and those sort of things in this session. One of the things I love about coming to a TeachMeet is the fact that we get to get all these takeaways. It's lovely and brilliant to see so many names and people stepping up and presenting and sharing this evening. I try and keep what I do and share with schools and when I was a teacher myself, I try and keep things pretty simple. when it comes to teaching and learning with technology. And so based around a bunch of things, I mean, I use things like the Education Endowment Foundation's report that tells about what works when it comes to teaching and learning. So, you know, yeah, plenty of bells and whistles and newfangled whatevers and things happening at BETT, obviously, there always is. But I try and share 3 things, okay, that can help make a difference. And it's simple stuff, really. When it comes to teaching and learning with technology, we can use it to do things to help improve explanations and modelling.
Have you told everybody that we're filming it? Okay.
Improve the impact of pupil practice, and we can do things that improve assessment and feedback. Now, we can do loads of other things, okay, but if you aren't getting these 3 things happening within your school, then focus on these 3 things, because there are so many great products out there that can help with these 3 things. It might be brilliant that you can go and do a Class VR trip, and Class VR, fantastic product. I know somebody here in the audience, Class VR, okay, great tool, but get the basics right. You don't drive a Ferrari first, you get into a car, you get your driving license, get the basics right, and then these are the simple, easy wins, okay? But what you're looking for, really, is not just, as well, what you can choose to use things for, okay, but what you can do more with stuff. Okay, so a great example, I've been doing some work with Now Press Play recently, and brilliant session yesterday with Martin over in the Teaching and Learning Theatre there. And we had Lady Kirsty Grundy from Shireland's Technology Primary presenting on the stage, and she's been using Now Press Play. Now, hands up if you've heard of Now Press Play. Okay, now, how many of you would think that Now Press Play can improve attendance? Well, it can. Kirsty, okay, the children, as you probably can guess, love Now Press Play. Okay, she uses it for another activity other than what its intended purpose is. Okay, she uses it as a reward for children to attend a silent disco. They get to attend that silent disco if they have not just 1, not just 2, 3, 5 weeks of perfect attendance. Every time they get a week of perfect attendance, they get a letter. D, see if you can finish it. I, S, we don't do a dance. C, very good. What can we use our technology to do beyond its intended purpose? How many people here create GIFs to demonstrate learning using things like PowerPoint? Was PowerPoint ever created for that particular purpose? No. We can do so many more things with our technology than its original intended purpose. It can have an impact on learning, and it can have an impact on standards, and it can engage our learners. How many of you have made animations using sort of stop frame animations and all those sort of things? How many of you done that? Loads of us. But how many of you tried that actually in PowerPoint? Right? You don't need to spend big bucks to get big results. And many of us will have Google Slides. Who's got Google? Who's a Google School? Right, okay, who's a Microsoft School? Okay, who's got iPads in their school? Right, so we've all got the kit to do these sorts of things. So let's, you know, get a bit more Bananarama, and then what we do is the way that we do it, and that's what gets happy days. So let's think about what we can do to get more bang for our buck. And I did sort of say, should I use that phrase? But I did it anyway. So one tool that's been hitting the headlines, massively popular, is generative AI. Whether it's ChatGPT, who's been using ChatGPT? Yeah, it's hugely popular. Like a few others, I work with lots of schools. I've been sharing about how we can best make use of Gen AI. I want to share with you my STARE approach. The other approaches are available. Okay, but if you want to get some good bang for your buck when it comes to using something like ChatGPT, be super specific. Tell it exactly what you want it to do in minutiae. Don't just give it one activity as well. Ask it to do, don't just say, give me 5 questions. Okay, give me 5 questions linked to Bloom's taxonomy with increasing levels of complexity, and then give me 10 linked to Solo taxonomy. Then give me this. There's so much more you can do than just the one thing. Really push it and stretch the boundaries, and be prepared for it to not work first time. It won't give you what you want first time. I share about things like ChatGPT has been a bit like your children's work. Okay, you get them to check it, right? So when it does some work for you, check it. Okay. Last one after iterations is give it a role. Tell it, I'm a year 6 teacher. I want to do this. I want to do that. Really put yourself in position. and hopefully you'll find that a good way of getting a bit more bang for your buck. And if you want to take things a bit further, I want to share 2 Chrome extensions to wrap up that link into ChatGPT. One is called Merlin. You highlight what's on the page, it will then link straight into ChatGPT and take the text from that page and drop it straight in for you then do whatever you want it to do with. For example, creating some multiple choice questions or whatever it is. The last one is YouTube Summary with ChatGPT. That will take a YouTube transcript and drop it straight for you into ChatGPT without you need to copy it and mess around. Drops it straight in, both free Chrome extensions. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is me, Mark Anderson. Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you, Mark. Loads of really useful tips. And also, I think Mark is going to be around all evening if you wanted to catch him for any more tips in person. He won't make you finish his sentences all night, though. At least I hope not, because it could get highly entertaining. We've just got a couple of people coming up now, and then we're going to sort the random wheel out. We're going to head straight.
Right, you go first? No, I knew you'd do that. Everyone, our first TeachMeet, you can tell. Sorry for that. Genuinely though, hearing Martin's message and also Mark beforehand, I don't feel quite so out of place at the moment. I know there's 7 minutes, but I'm from Scotland. We talk quickly anyway. If one person in this room comes away with something that I'm about to say that's useful, brilliant. Thank you. Because I wish I knew then what I know now. How many people probably have that scenario? What I want to talk about, forget it, it's not behind me, is the use of VR. As you can tell, I've been working with a company today to do that. We've been using VR in our classrooms, our schools, to enhance curricular engagement for 5 years. But I only had my light bulb moment this start of session when I realized that actually beyond the importance of literacy and numeracy and engagement with environmental studies and everything else, was we're missing the most important thing to teach children. That was empathy. Martin mentioned about an awareness of other people and what struggles and different challenges they may be having. And I'm thinking that is empathy, actually. So what we've started this year, and I've got 9 very brave children from primary 4 to primary 7 helping me with this informal research study, is using VR to help some of our neurodivergent learners to try and fit into society's neurotypical classrooms. I can't change society, you know, best way to eat an elephant, little chunk and all, but actually we've been trying to, we can jump, been trying to develop a series of neuroempathy lessons based on a novel study. I happened to walk into a primary 7 classroom and they were studying Elle McNichol's Kind of Spark. Has anyone read A Kind of Spark? Then that is a shame, because I'm going to say that every single person here needs to go away and read this book. Written by an autistic woman who writes as a girl her experiences growing up just outside Edinburgh in Juniper Green, and she likens herself to the witches of the 1500s because, like them, she did not fit into society. A little girl comparing herself to a witch. Now, it's a heartbreaking read. It's completely true. And I realized that the children doing this novel study did not quite get beyond the words of what she was trying to say. So with the help of VR, I actually gave every single child an autistic meltdown to experience for themselves. And the classroom was quieter than this. That moment, you know, you get those light bulb moments. It's like a round of golf. One good shot's all it takes, and everything else was crap. They had that light bulb moment where these children realized, wow, is that what it's like? And they all know someone who's had a meltdown. Not necessarily because of a name and a diagnosis, because they've seen what happens. I've started to help, hopefully, educate some neurotypical learners into what else learning can look like for people. And we've made adaptations in our school, like calm corridors, little things like, do the night lights need to be on? Do you need to speak quite as loudly? Can we dim things? Can we make small changes that have massive effects? And as teachers, we're time poor. We always like that. One simple thing with a maximum output at the end that benefits as many people as possible. And so the next stage after that was to think, right, actually, what are we doing? I'm trying to help neurotypical children better understand some of our neurodivergent friends and colleagues. Is there something we can do to help children with ADHD, with autism, with anxiety, and a whole host of other mix and melds of different learning challenges that we can't see? And so what have we started doing now? I've got 9, like I say, incredibly humbling experience that it is. 9 children who have had the courage to say, I think I would like to help. Not just because it's something I can use, but if someone else can have this help as well, brilliant. So I met with them individually and I gave them what my experience was and my thoughts were about a range of different virtual experiences, ranging from mindfulness and with a basis of sound, green noise, white noise, some purely visual, no auditory stimulus at all. And I went through each one with them and they opened up incredibly bravely about their own thoughts and experiences. And I said, forget names of what you've heard. Talk about the feelings. What feelings do you have that build in the classroom? Or can you think about that feeling that's already happened? There's no warning, it's just there. And through each of the experiences, they openly spoke about how these tracks were going to help them with their big emotions. So they come away with a bespoke playlist that I printed simply on a QR code. These children have now VR timeout cards where there's no questions asked. It's shown in the classroom. They go to any of the VR headsets we're using. They scan the QR card on the back and their bespoke playlist is there. I'm going to leave you with a little stat because I'm getting the roundup sign. Some of these children are taking between 30 and 40 minutes out of class each day to try and regulate themselves. You then have 30 or 40 minutes of learning you've missed to come back in. That escalates, that builds on top of everything you've had already. I have testimonials somewhere in this slide from 5 brave children that can all confirm with less than 5 minutes using a VR headset, and I hate to use this phrase, but I'm quoting, they feel normal. I don't think I've cried so much in the last couple of days, actually, thinking about it, because it takes a little while to register. Never going to win this battle necessarily, but if we can all make little changes, it might solve the battle for just one person, and that's a win-win. So thank you for your time.
That was Simon Luxford-Moore, ladies and gentlemen, and his slides will be shared later on. So thank you so much for listening to his hard work with VR as an intervention tool for pastoral care. Thank you.
I think the laptop doesn't want to work. While we get sorted, we're also going to but just don't think not rabbit. We're also making nice. Yeah, we are going to share the links, we'll tweet them out. If you don't get to talk, you want to share and then retweet it. We'll be going on to into the back of that big stick.
Don't look at the camera. Please retweet it to all your friends now.
Can you share the live? Sorry. Can you share the live stream link as well on Twitter if you can?
Yeah, I just have.
It'll be streamed if you spoke there. Okay, next is Alan. So Alan is an amazing teacher and is really great at sharing his work on social media. If you don't follow him already, please go and follow him because his tips for teaching, there are a few people nodding in the audience, are amazing. So Alan, straight over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. It is amazing to be here. I can't believe it. To be in front of so many. I think we must combined have a few million followers, I think, between us all, maybe. Anyway, so the power of social media, as Dawn has said, has enabled me to show and share everything I do. I do this for 3 reasons. First of all, it's to be accountable. I know we've already all had that big O chat today, where the bosses are speculating once again that it's going to be your turn, my turn, this time next week, whenever it is going to be. So it's being able to showcase what we do and how we do it so brilliantly. The other reasons are the fact that it keeps me sharp. I really love talking about computing. If you ever meet my wonderful wife, you'll know how much I talk about computing. So it's just an outlet for me to be able to show and share everything that I love about doing what I do. And the third aspect, of course, is to help you, me, each other to be able to work better together. And one of those big ideas I brought along, is there a camera that will be able to focus on this little chap here? SH72 is the stand that he's come from. Some of you who have met me before will have seen the way it works. His name is Marty the Robot from a company based in Edinburgh called Robotical. Not too much of a an info cell, but essentially to say that a device like this and devices similar to this have enabled me to teach programming to children as young as 3 years old. I will show it to that laptop over there. There you go. Marty the robot live. So hopefully it's been live streamed around the world as well. So yeah, so if you have programmable devices, really do go for trying to teach children in nursery and reception, as I say, as young as 3, how to pseudocode. They love it. Their curiosity and attitude for learning knows no bounds. They have no fear. So that's my kind of top tip. And my other top tip, actually, I have to say thank you to Dawn and the Too Simple team, because Purple Mash is just absolutely brilliant, and they love every moment of using it. So thank you very much for listening. Have a great day.
So Dawn Hallibone is talking at the moment, and she hasn't got a microphone, so nobody can hear. They can't hear you at home, Dawn. So,
Nicky Foot, and we've got talk yourselves, Ollie Lewis, and let's go. Woo! Come on. One sec. Wait. And we've got Nick from Steam. There we go. Sorry, wait.
Yeah, click that on you. And talk into there, and we cover it.
Two. I have, but
Should we just...
Yeah, we'll send them out later. All right, I'm going to put that here. Hold on.
Those are the foundations of TeachMeet. We'll try and stick to that. Over to you.
Okay, hey guys, how you doing? Right, 2 minutes. Nikki, focus. Right, who's my neurodivergent teachers in here? ADHD? Any dyslexic teachers? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm the only one. Is that ridiculous? If you're interested in Notion and how to channel your brain thoughts into just getting all those ideas into one space, Notion is your tool. So if you want something for teachers who need a space, I love it. Okay, so my problem that I had was that my early years teachers really struggled to give the chance for the students to be the experts in the room, especially with technology. Too many devices, they were scared, they just too many problems to navigate. And so what I decided to do was I decided that I was going to try and work with my teachers in creating a little bit of content directed purely at the students, looking at how to retell stories in simple ways, using an iPad, using Pages, using Keynote, getting students as young as 5 years old to use Magic Move and animation, but only creating content for the students to use in Tinker Time, where the teachers sit there as a student with their students and they learn along together. The impact has been transformative for some of my students and my teachers, and they have really loved it, which surprised me. And then I made more stuff, and I kept making more stuff, and I kept making more stuff. I will send out the stuff for you, but if you're interested to have a conversation with me, I'm really passionate about early years education, and I love to find a way to make those students lead their own journeys. Okay, thank you.
To use Danny's phrase, please talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
Right, where are you, Ollie? You're there.
2 minutes, I'll just go through it really, really quickly then. In that case, I found a quote. It said that language is the, it said that music is the human language. And I kind of thought, yeah, I'm going to flip that. I'm going to say sound is the human language. And the reason for that is we've all experienced one of the following couple of things whilst during COVID or currently existing. Hands up if you've been on a call, whether it's on Teams or Zoom or whatever, and everyone has their camera off. Sorry, it's not working today. People just want to be heard, right? The other example I'll give you really quickly is sometimes you can read into body language or just sounds. There's a connotation with something like that. Or yes, we get that. And actually, I think that's just sounds in general. Language is a development of sound. I had a brief moment of hope there. So why not use sounds a little bit more? Why not be a bit more creative? Mark and I didn't know that we were going to do this, but actually we've just engaged with a company called Now Press Play. The reason why I think sound should be wider in the curriculum is it offers loads of cool opportunities, like the disco opportunity, but we've started using it in our trust in 2 of our primary schools because the primary language in our schools is not English. So we've started doing audio tours in different languages for parents so they can come round and actually get that normal tour experience, but in one of 3 different languages that we've recorded. And actually, I think that that's a pretty cool use of the tool that is not what it was actually purposefully intended for. Another example of what we've started using it for, we've nicked the disco idea because I think that's quite a cool idea, and why not actually channel that? One of our schools has neurodiverse children in it. It's an autism hub, and we use soothing sounds through the headphones just to help them just relax and get into the natural pace of the day. So sadly, I can't show you the videos or the audio. How am I doing time-wise, Dawn? But give it a go. Check them out. They're pretty awesome. I forget their stand name. I should know it. It was on the slides. Please forgive me. Yeah. No, you're good. Thanks.
So is the laptop not working on the screen? So the laptop's not working on the screen. Do you know that? Okay.
It's just, it's better if you just talk.
So I'd like you to imagine the PowerPoint that's packed on there, all those ones and noughts. This is the blag of my life. I thought that was the blag of my life. What was my first slide? The first slide was a picture of a lady doing a presentation for HM Treasury. And she said she used to be in the Department of Education. She wasn't the minister. I think she was schools minister. She was then culture minister, and she's now Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Michelle Donnellan. And she casually went up in Bloomberg, down in the city, and said, there are so many tech vacancies in the IT sector in the UK at the moment that it is costing UK GDP. How much do you think? How much do you think the tech skills crisis is costing UK GDP?
1 million.
1 million.
10 million.
150 billion. Let that sink in. This is somebody who used to be at the DFE, who casually said it's costing UK GDP 150 billion. I run a thing called Steam. I go to schools. I'm not going to sell it because I only sell creativity, and I haven't got a problem with selling creativity. I do workshops. I think the best thing we need to give our kids are blooming microbits, not all this Lego, this, that, and the other. Some great tech for some kids. I go into schools. 9 out of 10 schools I go to have never seen a microbit, primary schools. 1 million kids got one in year 7. How many years ago? Where are they now? I don't know. We've got a lot of basic stuff to teach our kids. I do stuff with cardboard, these little blue screws. There you go, madam, have one of those on me. Cardboard code creativity. Yesterday I was in Birmingham. I had the day of my life yesterday, a year after my mother passed away. I came joint second in the Arts Council Digital Ambassador project for the whole of the Arts Council for what I do with cardboard code and creativity with brave school leaders, head teachers and teachers who value creativity, who understand the power of collaboration and work with nutcases like me to inspire their kids to aim not just high, but higher than the high vis I'm known to wear with a few sequins on it. Thank you for letting me speak, Dawn. I'm really grateful. I'm in the corner live streaming. The PowerPoint, you didn't miss much because it's all about people and what we say and what we do. Thank you.
I could try another link, but it's just not working very well. Just try that one. Oh, that one's working. Right, Elizabeth Gold, you're next, please. Are you here? You better be here. Your presentation's working. Elizabeth Gold, are you here? It's not working. Yeah. Are you here? 3, 2, no. Can someone talk to this presentation because it's working? Just take it away from there.
Go.
Elena Vercheribis. Yes? Elena? 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 Yo. I can shout, mate. Stop waving at me. I'll try it again. If they Google their work.
I have a teacher voice, so
Your teacher voice. You're going to use your teacher voice, Elena, yeah?
I can use it.
Excellent.
My presentation was called Magic in the Classroom. As you see, this is magic.
Now that's magic.
Okay. This is the microwave. You were talking before
Magic
that
clicker.
in every
Magic
classroom.
clicker.
Thank you. In every classroom should be something cheap, something affordable that all of the students can do and go and make things with it. This is an amazing thing. It's only 20 pounds, I think, something like that. I don't sell anything. I'm a teacher, as I said. And as you can see, it's magical because when we say Lumo, can you say Lumo? Come on. Lumo. 3, 2, 1. Lumo. And welcome to the Magic Certified program. These are 4 different projects that we've done at school. Now I'm dressed up because I love dressing up, and it's the only time that I can do it here, other than making up of Harry Potter and Carnival. So I take advantage of it. So, but it is not that much related to magic as this. It's related to the feelings of the students when we do some of these activities. When they see that the microwave links to another one via the radio, create something like that. And when we stop, they can create a loop, and then it stops, and they can make it stop. And the reaction is always, you know, not the same as happened now when this okay. Okay, so first one is this one.
We start doing it. Here's the instructor with all of the steps if you want to create it in your classroom or for yourself because you're a Harry Potter. Yeah? You can do it. We created this with Tinkercad, and you were talking about 3 things that we can use in class. Tinkercad is amazing, free, and we use it with design thinking, so the students create a prototype, and then we make it work. This is all created like that. And then, well, the story behind this was that it was Carnival. Carnival is a sad time for some students because they are all dressed up like this, and some of them don't have a nice costume. So this year we said we're going to create them using paper, using the 3D printer that we got, anything that we have, and anything that we can use. And this is what we did. So that's what we did. We created it. Then it was like this, and we improved the design. We then designed it in a different way. We called it a design circuits. This is a LED strip, sorry, and we placed the microwave inside. We needed a battery, an external battery, because with the normal battery it didn't work. And then, when they said, come on, it started working. When it stopped, in a moment, we can say no. In a moment. In a moment. Come on, no, because it has to stop. They did it so that it would start looping. I think it had 20 repetitions or something like that. When it stopped, you will say no. But we will move to the next one here. We all have to think. Okay, the next one, it's this tool called Workspaces. This is a project that was. Oh no! Okay. Sometimes we feel down. We don't know what happens, but we feel like this, that we are not enough, and with the students it happens the same, is or not? We did this project so that they would remember what was management designer. So the first thing we did was this. It's a cube that is converted into anything, and it's done in 4 spaces. And what we did is each student created their mini-me, and then the other students were in the same space. Time? Okay. I have at the end.
If you'd like to talk to them, but such amazing management, 3D design and computing. We're going to do 2 quick 2 minutes, then we're going to end with 7 minutes, because we don't expect you to know we're not clear. No idea how this is.
Who's got the other clicky mic?
I've got one, yeah.
We're not using those.
Okay, thank you. So, quick 2 minutes. This is a website called Let's Go Live Science. Totally free. Use it straight away in the classroom. It's full of science activities, and essentially the background behind it was Maddie Moat and Greg Foote, who's in the picture there. They're CBeebies and CBBC science presenters, do all sorts of things with TV. They also happen to be people that were engaged and living together when the lockdowns happened. So the very first Monday of March 2020, when the schools locked down, they started a free live science show on YouTube every day during the lockdowns, 11 a.m, so that parents could join. And then towards the end, when all the schools started to go back and more children were in school, they wanted to create something that became a legacy for teachers just use from all the stuff they did. So on the website, we've got 90 activities so far. Each page of activities you can search by age. They're actually all great for every age, and the science is explained really, really accessibly without being patronising, but it's really solid science behind them all. There's fun activities from under 5s all the way through to Key Stage 3. We've tagged in the curriculum, so you can search by curriculum area, you can search by theme. And this is just a passion project we did during lockdowns in the hope that all these free resources will be helpful for teachers in the classroom from here on in. So there's another 60 draft activities to come as well. So enjoy and use it. So let's go live science.
I'm now just going to do a 6-year, 350-page, 95,000-word thesis in 2 minutes. I can do it without it if you want. Last slide. No, yeah, down to the last one. It's great to have staff. Okay, so look at, I did a study of TeachMeet because I needed to know what was motivating people. It's more than just, group of teachers in the pub on Friday night. So I took into the study, and with it, my supervisors, Keith and Richard, are here. They're the guys who will be handing out cigars later on, because I passed my Viva at the end of January. But look, I'm skipping straight to the conclusions page. You can read it in about 3 weeks' time. I'll send you all the link, and you have to read it because it's all about you and you're all in it. So you're really going to have to read it. But look, it came down to 7 things. It's humble. And when I say humble, I mean non-pretentious humble, makes no claims, stakes no claims, no hierarchy, no agenda, no keynotes, no banknotes. It's open. It's very, very open. It's open space technology, but it's open source, it's open invitation, it's open sign up, it's open all hours. Almost, Dawn, almost open all hours. It's social. Just look around you. A lot of you are here for the other people rather than just the presentations. We get over the technical glitches because you're sitting beside the person you wanted to sit beside anyway. So it's a very, very social, convivial. Chaotic is the new word I learned. It's not chaotic and it's definitely not ordered. It's somewhere between the two. We have a tolerance for chaos. I call it a desire line. Now, academics would call that enacted agency. But when I interpreted and analyzed what people were saying to me, this came about by people who they knew what they wanted to do. They wanted to meet each other and share, and they just took the direct line. In Irish, we call it the Mojirak. So that's why I used that metaphor photograph. That's what TeachMeet is in terms of what it is to date. In the future, where is it going? It's informal. It's very informal. It's very intersectional. If you ask people, is this your personal learning network? Is this your community of practice? Is this CPD? It's somewhere between the two. I had a beautiful heat map to show you, but we'll do that another day. It's evolving. It's still a teenager. It's only 16. Now, Open Space that it came from and Barcamp, they're older, but it's only 16. So we all have to think about where we want it to evolve. And that was a huge tension and a dilemma that came out in the work I was doing when I was listening to people. Some people fear it could be in danger of devolving. So just think about that. And the last one is the potency of it, the 4 big Ps, the themes that came out from it, from 302 people who answered a questionnaire, but mostly from 15 experienced people who gave me their time. Some of them in the room, and I thank everyone who helped with this. I also did some observations, but the 4 big Ps that came from it is that it's personal. It's a very personal thing, TeachMeet. It's purposeful. People go with intent to a TeachMeet and organize it with intent for each other. Because remember, this is all voluntary, every single bit of it. And it's practical. It's really, really practical. You're all going away now. It's something for Monday. I know you've holidays Monday, but some of you have to work. So you're going away with something for next week. It's really, really practical. But the most important one that came out that really surprised me, it's very political. Political at the citizen level. These are people, we are people, you are people. It's we, not me, who are following their desire line. There was 2 sides to that coin. Do the thing right, do the right thing. There were 3 lovely dispositions among ye. People went out of curiosity at first and they just wanted to be a better teacher. And then they became a presenter because they knew they had something good to share. And then the latest sort of stage of development, they said, I'm bringing this home to my school. They became the bringers of the opportunity to others. And yes, I'm done. We're out. Anyway, the last thing is, what's next? It's up to ye. That's the last question.
Yeah, carry on now.
Right, it doesn't matter. Don't have slides. I'm a bit pissed. I'll be honest. Listen, I've only got 2.5 minutes, so gave myself 30 seconds to talk about how shit Ofsted are. So I'm going to enjoy this. But basically, people often ask me, why do you hate Ofsted? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when I was 12, my mum and dad both teachers 35 years. And my mum come in one day to the dinner table. She sat down and she went, I've been told I'm shit at my job. Now, when you've grown up with your mum and dad both being teachers, and one of them comes in and says, I've been told I'm shit by someone who's seen them teach for 1 hour out of the 35 years that she's been teaching, it pisses you off. So maybe that was the start of it subconsciously when I started to get a bit pissed off. And then as time went on, I was like, why in this country do we do the way we do it when you've got countries like Finland who do self-assessment and peer assessment? You've got countries like Germany. You've got countries around the world who don't have the inspection system that we have and don't punish people with a one-word judgment for their whole career that defines them. And we're okay with that. And people come up to me and other people and say, you can't call someone out for celebrating an Ofsted grade. I'll tell you what, yeah, we need to. We need to call people out for celebrating Ofsted grades because that's not education. That's a word on a piece of paper. Yeah, I'm pissed. Deal with it. But genuinely, it winds me right up because we're destroying the education system in this country. And there is a very simple thing that they could do tomorrow, which is turn around and say, we're removing the Ofsted grades. And it wouldn't be actually that difficult for them to do. They can do it tomorrow, but they don't want to do it. They say that parents want it. If you speak to 100 parents out there, they don't want it. They're less pissed than me right now. They're sitting with their kids. They don't want it. They want a school where their kids are happy. They want a school where behavior is good. By the way, Ofsted don't look at behavior. Don't be silly. They have curriculum conversations about, and they say, oh, this is and you know what? It's gift of the gab time. If you're great and you know all the cog side buzzwords, you're going to get a better Ofsted grade. If you live in a leafy suburb in somewhere outside London where everybody talks the right way and walks the right way, you're going to get a better Ofsted grade. If you get a set of inspectors that are a different gender, whether it's men or women, you're going to get a different Ofsted grade. And you know what? In the words of Kanye West in 2005, I don't want to repeat it too much, but Ofsted don't give a shit about teachers. I'm really sorry, they don't. And I'm sorry if that offends people in here who are Ofsted inspectors. I'm really sorry. But from every piece of evidence we've had in the last 10 years, it's not the time for nuanced conversations. It's the time for change. And yes, I'm a teacher. There's people in here who are classroom teachers. I'm a part-time history teacher. I'm still in there, still doing it. And there's people in here who need change. It's no good talking about pedagogy if we can't change the things that are making teachers quit. Good night.
Thank you, Tom. Can I just apologise to those presenters that haven't got a chance to present yet? Could you just put your hand up? And if you're very brave, can you stand up? Only because, could you then go and find these people, either in a drinking establishment or online, not that kind of way online, we'll share their Twitter handles with you, and go and ask them what their presentation was about. Excellent. Richard is already ahead of the game and tweeted his. I'm sure Lee Parkinson has his to multiple repeat and tweet at least 4 times this evening.
Tweet this and share this.
We'll share this as well so you can do it. Can I thank all those presenters that kept up with the technical difficulties? It wouldn't be anything without you guys coming along and being part of the audience. We do have to leave, otherwise I'm going to start getting shouted at. But please carry on the conversations in the Fox Connaught. I would tell you which way to go out of here when you get to the door. Or is it that way? Are we sure it's that way? Because I have no sense of direction. I have a geography degree. But it's that way. Keep going through the car parks. Nick, don't confuse me. Is it that way? Is that the Fox Connaught, not the boat? The Fox Connaught.
Prince Regent End.
Prince Regent End. It's that way. Okay, see, people at the back. Right, thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.